Hi, I'm Jack from Metal Acousans. I'm joined by Reed from COC. How you doing?
Yeah, all right. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing really good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you so much for your time. It's a massive honour and a privilege.
My pleasure.
How's the tour going so far?
Amazing. Yeah, it's like, I think this should be our 5th show? Something like that?
I think it's the 5th one, yeah.
Yeah. And all of them have been, so far, I mean, we've only done 4. Yeah, crazy. Almost every night, the crowd is louder than we are. Like, particularly in Albatross. It's like, damn.
It is a classic.
Like the whole audience, like, singing. Everybody singing every word of Albatross. It's crazy.
Oh, I love Albatross. It's a classic.
I wrote that song. Then.
Really? Oh, that's awesome. What's been the best show so far from the tour?
I don't know. They were all really good. I'd say I mean, they're all good, but I think the first one we were a little like because it was our first show, we were kind of like a little tight. You know what I mean? That was Manchester, but it was Pat.
Are you excited to be playing Colchester?
Well, fuck yeah, man! Everybody gets excited to play Colchester. You know this. You know this, man. And I think this is the first time we've ever played here, dude.
Really?
Is that true?
I don't know. I know Crowbar played here in 2006 and 2011.
Did Kurt get naked and tie his penis in a knot?
I have no idea. We'll have to check later.
Yeah. It's a cool venue. I heard it sounds really good in there.
It's a really good venue. I've been coming here for like a few years, and every time the acoustics are amazing.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Our booking agent, Paul Ryan, who I guess was in Cradle of Filth a long time ago.
He's now in King is Blind.
Huh?
He's now in a new band, the King is Blind.
That's
They actually played here last month.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, he said this place was killer, so we believed him, because he knows.
Awesome. How do you feel about playing in a former church?
Well, it's not the first time we played a former church.
Really?
No, we played Limelight, New York. I used to rent out a church in the punk rock days in Durham, North Carolina. Actually, cool. I was just kidding about getting stabbed in Glasgow.
Oh, wow.
Mike Dean and I, the bass player for COC, actually did get stabbed at a show that we put on with, it was COC and a band called Neon Christ, who was a band from Atlanta. Actually, the guitar player for Neon Christ is now the singer for Alice in Chains.
Oh,
Isn't that weird? Yeah. That's William cool. Duvall. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
That's when he was a little punk rock kid, though. Yeah, some neighborhood kids. I was letting neighborhood kids come in. Who was in a really bad section of town. This is back when the punk rock scene was very small.
Okay.
I was letting some neighborhood kids come in for free and check out punk rock. Some of the bigger neighborhood kids tried to steal Mike Dean's bass amp. We tried to chase after him and convince them it was a bad idea, and then we got in a fight, and then they stabbed us, and we had to go to the hospital.
What's your fondest memory from the punk rock days, about the time you were just talking about?
Well, I mean, the whole thing was pretty enjoyable, I mean, it's funny you asked me about that. I was talking to some folks the other day about, back then, the biggest bands to us were the Dead Kennedys, or Black Flag, or Bad Brains, or something like that, you know what I mean? And those were the biggest bands in the world. And those biggest bands to us, they didn't make all that much money. Yeah. So, I mean, back then you were really doing it for the fun of it, because the idea of making money was out of the question, because even the biggest bands in the world didn't make all that much money. So anyway, yeah, I mean, the whole thing was pretty cool. I think it was like a really new form of music, you know what I mean? That spawned a lot of other kinds of music that we see today. It was great, man. It was a cool experience.
That's cool. Your bands were opening the tour. Hang the Bastard has got a big punk rock influence. What do you like about Hang the Bastard?
They put on a great show. They had killer riffs. Yeah. Have you not seen them?
I saw them back in 2012. That was with an older singer, not this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, they're killer.
Their new album's incredible. I love it so much.
Yeah. We kind of got we got their music. Originally we were going to try and get Orange Goblin, because I guess Pepper was out with those guys.
Or with Down.
They were out with Down. Yeah, exactly. And that didn't work out. And then Paul Ryan and those guys from the agency group got us these guys. Yeah. Immediately, like, oh yeah.
Cool. Did you know them prior to the tour?
No, not at all. Never even heard of them.
That's cool. Well, what new bands do you listen to?
This is a good band. Lopan from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they're a good band. This band from Vancouver, Baptist. You guys know them? You know
no, I
them
don't.
Oh yeah, of course you do. They're pretty sick.
Kurt tells me about that.
Yeah, the drummer is fucking. I was at a Dave Grohl studio a couple months ago, and he had just heard about Baptist. We'd played with him like a year and a half ago, and he had just found out about him because he's friends with Greg Anderson from Southern Lord.
Okay.
And he was like, "Oh, you got to check out this band." I was like, "Yeah, right now." And he was like, Dave was like showing me these videos of Baptist. Like, yeah, I know, I already know. But their drummer is fucking, they're great. And there's a band from Raleigh that are really good called Ghost of Saturday Night.
Okay.
Yeah. There's tons of good bands, man. Who do you like now?
Old Man Lizard are a cool band.
Old Man Lizard?
They're a local band actually. There's actually a big sludge scene in Colchester and Essex. There's lots of good bands like Meadows, Earthman's, Free Thrones. There are lots of good bands. I like a lot of different types of metal, so
Okay.
that's cool. So you've toured the UK throughout the years. What do you love so much about the UK?
Fans are pretty fanatical. I don't know. I mean, since the first time we came over here with the Blind outfit, and that was the Blind lineup. That was before we even had the Blind album out. I think we were touring with DRI.
Oh, right.
I can remember our first show we played Birmingham. It was COC, DRI, Napalm Death, Entombed, and Carcass.
Oh wow, Carcass.
One show at a tiny club called Edwards Number 8.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was sick.
Love Carcass.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Since we came over here, like the first time, we've always had good shows. It's been weird. Yeah. We've always loved it.
Yeah, because a lot of people I know, they kind of grew up with you. Like one of my friends, he had his first ever stage dive to your band in London.
Oh, really? Where at?
Underworld, I think.
At the Underworld?
Yeah. So like a lot of people have grown up kind of your band.
Right.
You kind of feel like this is an honour that loads of people that you've been around for so long.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've been around for a long time. How old are you?
21.
Well, I guess we started when you were like, what, 12 years in the making or something like that? so yeah, you know. We've been fortunate to have a lot of folks get, you know,
Passionate about you.
well, to the point where they want to jump off the stage. Another thing I was talking about the other day on that Blind album is like a week before we were supposed to go record in New York City, Pepper went to go see his buddy Phil play Pantera when they were on tour with Prong, which was 90, something like that, 91 maybe. And this is when Pantera were still kind of small. Obviously, they were touring with Prong. It was a co-headline thing.
Cool.
But anyway, Pepper did a stage dive at this club. It was in Wilmington, North Carolina, which is down by the coast. And there was nobody there. So when he did his stage dive, everybody kind of got out of the way. Damn! He landed on the floor of the club, and he shattered his leg. Like, broke the fuck out of it. And Pepper had to record the whole Blind album from a wheelchair.
Sweet. Oh wow.
But if you see the picture in the Blind album, the fold-out thing, you can see some crutches against the wall that he had to use when he wasn't in his wheelchair. Isn't that crazy?
That's cool. So go back to Europe. How is Europe different to America? Like, because a lot of bands say they're obviously quite apparent that they're different kind of climates when touring.
Well, I'd say it's kind of catching up a little bit in terms of, you guys have always had really good festivals. You always had really big festivals. The United States is catching up a little bit on that, but the United States is so big. Yeah. And you guys are so close together. You know what I mean? You can travel around and do a lot more stuff. I don't know. I mean, there's some similarities, but I don't know. Like, you know, it's generationally things changed. You know what I mean? It's like you asking me, like, what, talking about the punk rock days or something like. I mean, it's kind of apples and oranges. Like our trip just this time right now is different from the trip that we did last year. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It was a different COC. We were doing the 3-piece punk rock stuff, but I don't know. We've always had a good time coming over here.
That's good.
Yeah.
So how does it feel to be touring with this lineup after so many years?
Man, it was like automatic.
So I saw footage of your first ever rehearsal, and it looked of your rehearsal online, and it looked like you were just gelled. It was just like the old days again.
Yeah, no, we did. Right off the bat, like Pepper flew up from New Orleans, and he'd been sitting at home listening to stuff or whatever. But the three of us, Mike, Woody, and I, hadn't practiced any of the tunes, and it was just like, bam! You know, because I think we toured so much before too, and had played together for so long, that kind of the lizard brain like started clicking in. You know, call me crazy, all that kind of deliverance-y stuff just started kicking in. Like remembering how we used to play it, because. But also, Mike Dean, Woody, and I have been playing together since we were little kids too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we kind of learned how to play together, play music together.
Wow.
Yeah. Because we didn't really have bands before COC, so we slowly learned how to play music together. Actually, Woody taught me how to play drums. I got a drum kit for Christmas, and Woody showed me the Ramones beat, and our singer at the time taught me the punk rock beat. That, you know what I mean? That's all you need to know back then. So,
what's it like playing songs? Like I read online, some of the songs you've been playing on this tour haven't been played live since about 2001. What's it like playing a lot of classic old material that's timeless?
Well, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I mean, and I think we all are, and I think audiences are too. I mean, like I was talking about, like when we play Albatross, the crowd's so fucking loud, it's insane. But I think we feel the same way because we're fans of the music ourselves. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
We haven't. I haven't played with these guys since 2000, 2001, something like that. They did some touring when I was out of the band for a little bit, but yeah, it's been a while. It's been like 15 years, I think.
Yeah, because albums like Blind, Deliverance, Wise Blood, etc. A lot of modern bands cite these as an influence. Why do you think these albums have endured the test of time?
Because they're good.
Yeah.
Kick ass.
Yeah.
It must be it must be a massive honour to have like these albums cited as influences by like a lot of up and coming bands and such.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm proud of all those albums for sure. Yeah, definitely. One thing about COC that's good and bad is that we've changed a lot throughout the years. So lots of times our fans are like, "What the fuck are they doing now? God damn!" You know, like. When we started doing the three-piece again,
okay,
people are like, well, I want to hear Pepper. You know what I mean? People can never be satisfied. COC fan can never be completely happy because we're not. There's always something they want to hear. It's like, oh.
Do you have fond memories of recording all these albums? Or?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, we were just talking about recording the Blind thing.
Yeah.
That was our first big album that we did.
Oh yeah.
And that was actually the first album that our producer, John Custer, who's done all our albums since then, did. And but Deliverance was kind of a weird deal because we went in to record the album with Carl and Phil on bass. And things got sketchy. And so the music that you hear on the Deliverance album was actually, at one time, had Carl's vocals on it and Phil's bass.
Okay.
The same music. And obviously we ditched all that stuff.
James Hetfield of Metallica obviously appeared on Man or Ash. Do you still keep in contact with him, or does he still...
No, I don't really, but Pepper does.
Oh,
yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. But I think Pepper still talks to him some regular. Yeah. Maybe we'll tour with him. You put in a good word for us?
We'll use our connections.
I'm going to text James.
Yeah. Well, looking back on...
with Reed. Since he wanted to tour with us, I don't know. What do you think?
Looking back on the albums, are there any songs that you wish like that hadn't been recorded or think that could have been done better, or are you happy and satisfied with the albums?
What's that? What do you mean?
Satisfied with the albums such as Blind, Deliverance? Do you think like are you proud? You're obviously still proud of them, but are there bits that you wish could have been improved upon? Or
I think one of the sketchiest parts of our history as a band was when we turned in Wise Blood to Columbia Records. They were like, well, we don't hear a radio song or something. And we're like, so? and what? I mean, this stuff is great. What the hell are you talking about? And they're like, well, we want to have something that we think that radio will play. We're like, well, can't you play this? I mean, what's wrong with this song? And they're like, no, that's not radio enough.
Okay,
so they said, well, we want you to go and record more stuff. And we said, no, this is the album. They said, yes, you have to go do it. We said, no, we're not going to do it. So yes, you have to. No, we don't have to do. We're Corrosion of Conformity. We'll do the fuck we want to. And they said, all right, well, we just won't put the album out then. We're like, what? You have to put the album out. No, it's our album. We can do whatever they want. So anyway, we went back in and recorded like 4 or 5 songs or whatever. One of which was "Drowning in a Daydream," which I think is okay. I think it's a good song, but I think because they made us go back into the studio, that song to me still has like kind of like
bad memories.
Well, it's just because they told us we had to go back in. I was like,
Feels like school.
huh?
Feels like school.
Yeah.
Go back and do that again.
I mean, we got nominated for Grammy for that song, which was kind of cool, but still, it's like, So I think of any songs I've ever recorded, that's the only one that's kind of like, I mean, it's an okay song, but...
In an interview prior to this tour, Mike said this tour is about going out and celebrating some of the classic material, and at the same time it's about tuning up the chemistry and the energy to possibly create a new album or two. At this moment, would you be up for doing a new album with Pepper?
Fuck, yeah. Don't you think it's a good idea?
Yeah, definitely. But do you worry that, like, because of Pepper's busy schedule with Down, it might kind of hinder the album at all?
No, he wants to do it.
Will he do Down and Corrosion and keep both of them, or will he focus on one?
Well, he makes a lot of money doing Down. I'm sure he would.
Oh,
Consider still doing Down. Yeah.
Excellent. What are your plans for after this tour?
After this tour, I'm going to do a little tour with the singer for the Blind album. We're going to tour with
Cavalier Conspiracy.
Yeah, and Death Angel. We're going to do a small tour, and I have a side project that's going to be coming out in July called Teenage Time Killers.
Oh, that's the supergroup on with Corey, Randy, and all that.
Yeah, Dave Grohl,
That's cool.
Jello Biafra, stuff like that.
What's it like doing a project such as that with so many famous names, like a who's who of metal icons?
Well, I know all those guys. With the exception of Corey, I know everybody and have known all those guys.
Okay.
I mean, I put Dave Grohl's first album out when he was a little kid.
Oh, sweet.
In '83, he was in a band called Dane Branham, so I've known all those guys for a million years. So it was more or less just calling people, hey man, I'm doing this thing. You want to be on it? Oh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like when I saw Lamb of God, actually, Randy was wearing a Corrosion of Conformity t-shirt, like in front, headlining Bloodslug, like 15,000 people. I was like, oh, COC shirt, awesome.
Yeah, he's one of our biggest fans.
Oh.
He actually, it's funny, he told me the story about 2 months ago. When he was a little kid, he was driving from Richmond, where he's from, to Wilmington, North Carolina, and they were cranking Animosity.
Oh, no.
And he was singing along to it, and somebody in the car was, man, you're a good singer, you ought to sing. I was like, you think so? Like, yeah, you should be a singer. And that's why he became a singer, was because somebody told him when he was singing to CSA, so it's our fault.
It must be such a good feeling to like inspire one of the biggest bands in metal.
Yeah.
Is Pepper involved with the COC Blind Tour? Is he on that tour?
No, it's just me and Paul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finally, you've got to ask, what's your favourite song to play live?
I'd say Albatross, or right now, because I didn't really play a song on Arms of God called Paranoid Opioid.
Okay.
Yeah, that's got a really cool
vibe.
Yeah, it's got some badass drum shit to it, and it's upbeat, and it's got a cool middle part, and a crazy like drum solo, like kind of Bill Bruford-y ending, like thing. I can think outdo Stanton Moore. Yes.
Because I was saying,
catch you Stanton Moore. That's your number.
Yeah, like we were actually at a metal club in Essex, and Vote with a Bullet came on, and everyone was just like, "Yeah,
that's a good one."
Yeah,
that's got some cool shit in it.
That was the first COC song I heard, and that's my favourite. Are you playing it tonight?
I don't know. Do you want us to?
I'll
do it for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'll talk to the guys about it.
Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been a massive honour to interview you.
I'll only do it for you guys.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. Thank you.
I think Jack wants to hug you now. He wants to hug you.